House Chair, Mr. President, fellow members, this year we celebrate our democratic constitution, which 30 years ago President Nelson Mandela signed into law. Our constitution requires government to pursue transformation policies that meet people's socio-economic needs and redress the injustices and inequalities created by colonialism, apartheid, and patriarchy, so that we continuously strive, as the preamble calls on us to do, to improve the quality of life of all citizens and free the potential of each person. An effective and efficient transport and logistics system will ensure that citizens can access their socio-economic needs. Our country's transport system will facilitate job creation, promote inclusive economic growth, and ensure the affordable, safe, and timely movement of people and goods. Across the world, and indeed in our own continent, new forces are shaping the transport and logistics sector. The uncertain geopolitical context offers both new opportunities and risks. Rail infrastructure corridors and port upgrades in the SADC region offer regionalized trade routes for Southern Africa. Decarbonization, digitization, and e-commerce are driving a technological revolution, which we must embrace and join. Accordingly, transport sector reform in our own country is urgent and imperative. And while we are happy, Honorable Lonzi, to note that the transport sector created 28,000 net jobs in the last quarter of 2025, we still feel there is little time to delay. The National Rail Policy of South Africa aims to position the rail sector as the backbone of the transport value chain. Trucking, buses, and taxis will always play a significant role in an integrated transport system. In this year, we will release for public comment the National Rail Master Plan to give expression to our long-term vision for the future of rail. The roadmap for the freight logistics system in South Africa clarifies that strategic infrastructure such as rail lines and ports will remain in public ownership as assets belonging to the South African people as a whole. To this end, we must assure the country that we will do all in our power to rebuild and modernize the capabilities, operational effectiveness, and competitiveness of our state-owned freight logistics operator. And we are pleased that in November we were allocated 8 billion rand by the Budget Facility for Infrastructure to upgrade the iron ore and coal lines. Our third-party access framework is anchored by the Transnet Rail Infrastructure Manager, who published the first iteration of the network statement in December 2024. This milestone provided the industry with an opportunity to have complete information about the state of the entire rail network, and we are now on course to publish the second iteration. In the new financial year, we will formally establish the Transport Economic Regulator so that going forward, port and rail fees are independently determined to ensure a level playing field for all operators. To date, TRIM has conditionally awarded train slots covering 24 million tons per annum to 11 South African-owned train operating companies, the first of which will start to operate in April 2027. Open access to the rail network will allow train operating companies to increase the volume of goods transported by rail and ensure that South African minerals, vehicles, and agricultural produce reach SADC, Africa, and international markets, securing jobs and earning much needed revenue. As there are limited state resources to upgrade our rail network, This makes private sector infrastructure investment critical. Transnet is working hard to ensure they draw up requests for proposals based on the information we received last year. As things stand, the targeted requests, Richards Bay Dry Bulk Terminal, will go out this month. The Manganese Corridor, which runs from the Northern Cape to the Eastern Cape, and which, when completed, will ensure that we take all the dust out of the town of Gqeberha and move that operation to the port of Ngqura, will go out in mid-year, and the container corridor towards the end of 2026. To decrease backlogs and increase port volumes, Transnet has embarked on extensive upgrading and maintenance of our port infrastructure that has increased tonnage to 252 million tons in this financial year, compared with 239 last year. The Passenger Rail Agency has restored nearly 37 out of 40 priority corridors and has put 300 South African manufactured trains to carry 106 million passenger journeys this year on the PRASA network. Because signalling remains the most abiding constraint, we are taking advice as we upgrade signalling on how we will improve the current system and run up to 4 trains per hour that will dramatically increase the number of passengers we carry under current conditions. Last year in September, we launched a request for information for passenger rail. Specifically included here is rapid regional rail between Gauteng, Musina, Mbombela, and eThekwini. Mr. President, it is our wish to find a financially sustainable and affordable model to enable us to reintroduce long-distance rail. It's a difficult task you have given us, but we will spare no effort because we know that many citizens would find it much, much more convenient to travel regionally by rail. SANRAL is responsible for 31,000 kilometers of our national road network, and they have extensive programs, including the R537 Moloto Road upgrade, the N2 and the N3 upgrade in KwaZulu-Natal. And let me say, honourable members, that the upgrade to the N2 is the biggest single investment that SANRAL has made over the last couple of years. And by the time that road is finished, it will substantially improve safety and cut down on travel costs. Not only does SANRAL produce great road infrastructure, but last year they created 35,000 job opportunities, provided support to over 2,000 small and medium enterprises, and a lot of technical training to young graduates so that dozens and dozens of them can find formal employment with what they have learned. Mr. President, we have indeed turned a corner. Reforms in the transport sector are moving, and we will ensure that they move with ever greater speed. I thank you.